Oh, hi. How you doing? I wasn't expecting any company this evening, but now that you're here, uh, would you like to make a cocktail? I thought you would. I thought you would. So here we are, it's Saturday, and hopefully you all have had a good first half of your weekend. We got out, did some shopping, and made a productive day of it. That is, once we woke up. So I won't even mention what time we woke up. But hopefully you all are doing well. It was a pretty good day, and I did enjoy the weather earlier. It's cooling down now, though. And I am feeling a little bit like a Sazerac. And I know I had made one before for everybody, but I had a couple of requests since then to go ahead and make one for people who had seen the earlier live streams. So let's make a Sazerac. Why not? Sounds good. So Sazerac. Normally I would make this with my go-to Rittenhouse rye, but I am now operating with the substitute Redemption rye that was pretty good for the Black Manhattan that I made. We'll see how it does for the Sazerac. And for sugar, I do prefer to use Demerara just to give it a little bit of extra rich kind of flavor. And of course, Peychaud's bitters. And normally I put in, like a dash of Angostura. I've got the Jack Rudy aromatics, which in a lot of cases like better than Angostura, and it's the same kind of basic aromatic family. And I've got the glass chilling in the freezer right now, getting ready. So let's go ahead and get this started. So I would do 2 ounces of the rye. I'm wondering if this is a good evening for a double. What do you think? Why not? All right, we're doing a double Sazerac. It's gonna get a little freaky. So everything gets doubled. That will make the math easier, at least, than trying to do like a Sazerac and a half. 1.5 Sazeracs. Sounds like some sort of, I don't know, measure of electricity or something. Crank it up to 1.5 Sazeracs. I don't know if it can take it. I think I can take 1.5 Sazeracs. But then I'm not a piece of electrical equipment, except in the way that I guess we all are as human beings. So there's that. So I put in, normally I just put in 1/4 ounce of the Demerara, put in 1/2 ounce since we're doing a double. And now the ridiculous number of dashes of bitters. Since we're looking at a double, this is gonna be a little dasherific, which is a technical term. So I'll do like 2 or 3 dashes normally, but then, I like some bitters. I think for this, I'll split the difference. So I'll do 5. And normally a dash of the Angostura, so I'll do 2 of these. So I like it when they have these eyedroppers. It just is a little more scientifically reproducible, a controlled amount that you don't get with just dashing it all out, which, has its charm. I will not dispute that. So a friend of mine, actually the friend of mine who originally introduced me to the Sazerac, swore by shaking the Sazeracs, and in fact he maintained that shaking them until they were so ridiculously cold was the trick. And lamented people not shaking them long enough. And clearly, I think he's dead wrong. I have tried shaking a Sazerac, because I was young and curious, and, you go through an experimental phase. And it was just a cloudy old mess by the time it was done. Yeah, that'll work. Let me go ahead and get my glass, and I gotta get my strainer. So anyhow, moral of the story is, like so many cocktails, stirred, not shaken.
If you let me know, I can go get these things for you.
Okay. Would you get my glass from the freezer?
Oh, we want to use that glass.
I put in one of the Blade Runner glasses.
Oh.
To chill.
Chilled it.
Yes, I pre-chilled the glass, having been called out on not doing that for a different cocktail. So this is one of the Blade Runner glasses that Mim got me. As I mentioned, I think the last time I made Sazeracs, the actual glasses that they used in Blade Runner for Rick Deckard's apartment.
It's an Italian glass making company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So anyhow,
Trying to set a nice glasses from a nice glass making company to use for the production, basically.
Before I get any further, the absinthe. Normally do absinthe rinse. You'll notice I didn't put any absinthe in the mix. This is absolutely essential. Bartender at one of our favorite go-to places, Sonder Shaker, just down the street, turned me on to putting absinthe in an atomizer. So when you want to go ahead and do your rinse, just give it a few spritzes, perfectly rinsed glass. Thing of beauty, thing of beauty. Oh my goodness, it smells like a licorice factory in here now though. Let's go ahead and pour this out before this gets any further watered down. Oh, thing of beauty, wow. That's very full, isn't it? Yeah, I'll just have to make that last all evening. And last but not least, I've got a couple of bits of lemon. I'm just going to express the lemon, and this just see if I can do it here. I just want to get that little bit of the lemon juice straight from the zest down in there. Top it off. And Sazerac. Oh, that's quite good. That's quite good. I had been experimenting around a little bit with Sazeracs and trying different things. But our last trip to New Orleans, I think I mentioned this last time, we went to a restaurant called Kingfish, which was fantastic. And they had one of the most wonderful Sazeracs I've ever had in my life there. And that has convinced me to go back to a very basic Sazerac recipe again. I'm going with Demerara, which is maybe a little extra, but not really varying it much from there. I was trying to compare this to a normal Rittenhouse one. I think I like the Rittenhouse rye a little bit better for this. I'm gonna make that call. There's a little bit again of that rye edge that I know I've mentioned a number of times. Helps balance out the sweetness quite a bit with a lot of recipes. So this is not bad. It's quite good, and I will be enjoying this for quite some time this evening. That said, I am going to try and see if I can get a hold of some of my Rittenhouse so I can start making these the way I like them. There you go. But, this'll do, pig. This'll do. So hopefully y'all have had a good Saturday. Have a great Sunday. Happy Passover, happy Pesach for those of you who are celebrating, and have a good and healthy rest of the weekend. So take care, stay well, salud.